Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the Citywide Special. The Eagles pull out a win against the Browns. A.J. Brown shines in his return. Jordan Mailata suffers an injury and is expected to miss time. Nick Sirianni has a completely normal game and definitely isn't losing his mind. The Birds face the Giants on Sunday. The Flyers begin the season 1-1-1 after an overtime loss to the Oilers Tuesday night. Matvei Michkov scores 2 power play goals in the game, however. The Flyers wrap up their West Coast trip against the Kraken on Thursday. The Phillies extend manager Rob Thompson through the 2026 season and are bringing back the rest of the coaching staff for 2025. Dave Dombrowski addresses the media. What should we expect this offseason? Paul George suffers an injury against the Hawks. Initial diagnosis is a bone bruise, as the star offseason acquisition appears to have avoided the worst. Joel Embiid will not play in the preseason and is expected to be heavily limited during the regular season. Is this cause for concern, or is this the type of load management many fans have been asking for? All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good. Nice little October day out there. Feels like fall is fully upon us here. You know,
going back up in the 70s next week, though.
Next week is looking beautiful. This week
next
feels
week's
not like
really
that.
nice.
I'll take it, though.
I just pulled my AC out, so I'm kind of pissed about the weather creeping back up. But it feels beautiful out right now.
I don't think it's going to be AC hot next week.
I sleep kind of hot, though. That's what gets tough.
Yeah.
Unless it's dipping down back to the 40s. It gets
at night
warm.
it'll probably dip down in the 50s. You'll probably be good.
I don't know.
I think.
Well, we'll see. I'll report back next week. But, it feels pretty good. Everyone's all got their Halloween shit out, popping off, so it looks pretty good out there right now.
Yeah, things are nice here in Philly. Got the leaves starting to fall off the trees. Leaves are changing colors. Was up in the Poconos for Dean's bachelor party. It's beautiful up there. Everything's already fully changed. Grass is starting to turn a little bit. Mm-hmm. It was nice, but
live, laugh, loving up there with the boys.
We surprised we all made it through alive. We definitely loved on each other in a non-sexual way, of course. And we laughed a lot due to copious amounts of alcohol and other inebriates. Been paying for it the last couple of days, but I think I'm getting back into the swing of things, only for the wedding in a couple of weeks to just take it all out of me again. But we'll get there. Y'all were both at weddings this weekend.
Yeah, knocked out my first wedding of October. Shout out Pat Morgan and Anna. Congrats to them, the happy couple. Beautiful out there in Lancaster right now. Again, kind of just like in Poconos. The leaves look good, you know. So it was nice. Thought we were going to catch some of that other pink lighting because it was for a couple days that weekend. But apparently you're supposed to see it better once you take a picture of it.
Oh, yeah, I saw some pictures of it.
So
we kind of looked for it in the Poconos. I remember seeing a little bit as we were driving
They
up.
say the camera really makes it pop. You might not really see it to the naked eye, but if you take a picture of the sky, it might pop up there. Yeah. But I didn't see any of that shit, but it was a great night.
Yeah, I was down in Nashville. First time. That was fun.
Get yourself a little honky-tonk.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's my favorite thing about Nashville is how their whole thing is being the music city. It's they play that up so hard. It's even getting off the plane, you go down to the baggage claim, they have these cases of guitars and shit. It's just all over the place. And it's what kind of music, you ask? The kind of music that most people can't stand. It's that makes us the music city. It's the genre of music is the one where people are I like everything except for that.
That's hysterical.
But it is pretty funny. But no, it's pretty cool. I went to Broadway. It's you gotta do Broadway. Those are all those all the bars are 4 stories and there's stages on each floor and shit. I went to the Miranda Lambert bar. Went to the Bon Jovi bar.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
I didn't go to the Kid Rock one, but I walked by it,
Out there living on a prayer at that bar.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
How many Bud Lights did you drink?
I didn't really go crazy at those bars because honestly, it's fucking expensive. It basically feels
that sounds about right.
It kind of the vibe of it. I mean, it's definitely worth checking out if you go down there. It's the thing you just have to do once or whatever. But it definitely has the vibe of it's if there was a country music themed Disney park.
Ooh.
Is basically what it feels like.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I get that.
It's fun, but it's just It's like you walk into, and it's like, you know, the bars are all trying to like have this sort of like Roadhouse kind of theme, and it's like fucking stadium prices for a beer, and so I'm just like, all right.
No one's playing music behind a chain link fence.
Yeah. But yeah, I had that, and I had the hot chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I've never had authentic hot chicken.
I mean, it's, you know, I feel like if you just go to a place and be like, I want like a ton of spicy shit on the chicken, it's basically what you're getting. But it's like I went to the one I guess one of the like famous places. It was also on Broadway, and I didn't go for the spiciest. I went for like the second spiciest. I was like, I'll be a little reasonable here. And it was hot as fuck. I had like 2 full wings, so basically like 4 wings more or less. And it was like, do you remember when Lucky 13 had those like suicide wings?
Yeah, they still have them. Yeah,
It was basically like that.
And
it was
that
like
wasn't even the hottest kind?
They had one level higher than that. Oh, wow.
Jesus.
And it was like, I got through it, you know, went through like 10 fucking napkins and shit, and, you know.
Damn.
But I was definitely paying for it later. Like it just stays. The heat just stays with you all day, and then the next day
it comes out later.
And then so then later that night.
Was this the day before the wedding?
This is the day before the wedding.
Oh God.
Oh, so you had. Oh, God,
luckily, it was all taken care of.
Does anybody object? Trevor's just shitting his pants in the second row.
Luckily, it was all taken care of like before the wedding. But that night we had a sort of welcome, you know, party thing. Just they had an open bar at one of those places on Broadway we went to, and like once we got there, that's when it started hitting me pretty bad. God. And I was like, fuck. And it's like we're in this like, you know, poppin' bar.
Someone's gonna know.
There's like this, and I go into the bathroom, and it's just like one men's room that just has like one stall and a urinal, and there's like 5 dudes just like waiting. I was like, normally if I have to shit in a public bathroom, I'm waiting until like there's no one there. I don't have that option. It's just like,
gotta go.
I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just like sitting in this stall, just like shitting my brains out while there's just like 5 dudes just waiting to piss.
Hell yeah.
Just, you know.
I have a feeling that probably happens there pretty frequently.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
It has to.
But I think at this point I'm done with like challenge spicy
hot
food.
Chicken.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like the thing to do would probably be to just like vomit it up afterwards.
You saw. I don't know if we can say you conquered.
Get it down, and then just go into the bathroom and just throw it all up.
Well, that would be unpleasant too. The heat and the acidity coming back out.
If it came out your nose at all.
Yeah, I would rather just poop it out.
I don't know. I mean,
instead of
having it travel all the way through your intestines.
Then there's a chance that it could, you know, not be as bad as anticipated.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm on my day 3.
It's like, you know, it's like how people, when they do wine tastings, how they drink a bunch of wine, they'll like spit it out afterwards. It's the same idea.
They don't drink a bunch of wine. They drink a sip of wine. They don't eat 4 wings.
Yeah.
But that's a waste too. Why are you going to drink wine and spit it out?
They don't drink it. They just swap it around.
Yeah.
Then spit it out.
If you're trying to, well, it's like for people that want to like taste like a bunch of different ones and shit.
But they're not drinking a whole bottle of wine and vomiting the whole bottle of wine.
Yeah,
although you would still be able to get drunk,
really in it to
which
win
is
it.
kind of nice.
Yeah, you're not. I don't know. I enjoy the taste of a good whiskey, a good beer, a good mezcal. I'm not a wine drinker, so the thought of just tasting a bunch of wine and spitting it out to me just does not make any sense. We've had this conversation before on the pod. Wine to me is just a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a different ball game. But yeah, enough shit talking, I think, for now.
You were going there with the chili.
Well, yeah, I'm on my day 3 of eating chili. Then tomorrow I looked at the lunch menu for work, and it's chili. So it'll be 4 days in a row of chili. But it's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of getting to be chilly weather.
It's chilly weather, but it's been a chilly week, and it's starting to weigh on me a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm probably going to make some chili soon. One of these Sundays coming up here. Then I can join in on the shit talk.
The problem
I actually already could.
The problem is that 2 people, when you make chili, there's always so much left over.
Yeah, you end up eating it all week. Yeah.
Someone's going to bail out first of eating the leftovers, but someone's got to take it over, not be wasteful.
Yeah. But I guess, no. I'm not done shit talking because we ate a bunch of food at the bachelor party. Mir Long made sausage, biscuits, and gravy one day. Mir Long hooked it up. Shout out Mir Long. Yo, Mir Long told me a funny story, actually. So his plane here, he flew Spirit, right? And he didn't order Wi-Fi when he checked in. So it's a 6-hour flight from California to Jersey, or from California to Philly. So he starts going through his phone, and the only thing he has saved to his phone are like several episodes of our podcast from last year. And, this was right after the Phillies got eliminated, was last weekend.
Right.
So Long went back and started listening to the episodes. And don't you know, one of the episodes he listened to was the one, Trevor, you and me recorded right after the Phillies got eliminated last year.
Yeah.
So Long was like, dude, I was listening to that episode, and he said it seemed like it could have been from this year's end of season pod.
Pretty much. Can't you buy the Wi-Fi when you're on the plane, though?
It's probably ridiculously expensive, though.
I guess
Spirit.
you can't with Spirit.
Maybe.
But he was able to buy it for the flight back.
I didn't bother because Nashville's only like 2 hours. I just read something. But, dude, we had to take Frontier back. You guys ever taken Frontier?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. It's the worst, man. It's just like a scam company.
Oh, yeah.
They're worse than Spirit.
Dude, it was because the night before we were trying to figure out, like, okay, what's the deal with the bag? Because they always have, like, these stupid policies with, like,
they got the little,
like,
bag thing that they shove your bag into to make sure it fits or not, too.
Yeah, well, it was like, their whole thing is, like, it's actually cheaper to check the bag, which is annoying. But then we were like, okay, we couldn't figure out what the best thing to do online. So we're like, we'll just wait till tomorrow and we'll get there and figure this out then. And so guess how much it costs to check one bag?
$75.
$55.
$100.
$100.
So for both of us, it was $200.
Oh, good Lord! And that's supposed to be cheaper.
And the deal was, it was like if you had done it online, it was only like $60.
Bullshit.
And I was like, that should be fucking illegal.
Even still,
this is like, I was like, this company needs to be investigated by the DOJ. This is like
that's horrendous.
This is a criminal organization.
That's asinine. How much were the tickets for the flight itself?
I mean, they were not that bad. I don't know exactly what they were, but like
checking the bags was probably almost more money.
We were in line to go to New Orleans at the airport, and we all had just book bags. We were only there for like a weekend, so we didn't need to bring anything like that. So we're like, all right, we should be okay. And some girl in line with us to get on the plane had a regular book bag, and the girl, like the other person working there, was like, no, we gotta check that. And she was like, it's just a book bag. And they took it and they went to go put it in this like weird thing to see if it wouldn't fit. And it clearly fit. They were like, it can't possibly fit in this. Yeah, you got to check it. And they charged her a full bag for that. She was crying, all upset. We were like, the rest of us were like, hold on to your bag. Start squeezing that shit. Because, like, I'm not trying to pay for it.
Yeah, just put it under your shirt and be like, I'm just a fat guy.
Ridiculous. They're nuts.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, flying sucks.
Yeah, flying is ass.
The train is the way to go, man. Like, I mean, you ever seen a viral video of someone losing their shit on an Amtrak? No.
No, just the train.
Because it's nice and pleasant.
You don't
have to go through all that security. And here's the thing, like, if you wanted to, like, kill a bunch of people, there's probably more people on a train than it can fit on a plane, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're talking a 6-car train,
if you like, derail the whole train and shit, but you don't have to do any of that TSA taking off your shoes bullshit on the train. I guess the exit strategy
is just harder, though, on a train, because you could easily get caught, where a plane, you could
What do you mean? You're 1,000 feet in the air, 2,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, but if your goal is to like kill people, then your ratio is probably better on a plane than it is on a train.
Oh, you mean if you're the murderer, your exit strategy is easier?
Well, right. If that's what I mean.
I was going to say, if you mean your exit strategy is easier.
He didn't say
if
you're trying to get killed on a train. He said if you're trying to kill someone on a train, which you're in kill mode.
I mean, I'm talking about like terrorism, like blowing up of shit.
I feel like
I don't think there's no exit strategy usually.
That's what I'm saying though. But I feel like if you're looking for anyway, we're not gonna get on to. I'm trying to fly soon.
Yeah,
but
thanks a lot, Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
for ruining flying for all of us by doing 9/11. Anyway, what do we want to get to first here?
Let's do the Phillies. Let's continue to just move on from them.
All right.
Yeah. There's some interesting things. Yeah.
Topper's back at least until what, 2026?
Yeah, he's back through the end of next season.
So, as expected, I don't think anybody thought that we were going to let him go right away. The weird comment he made was that he's bringing back the whole entire staff, which, not for nothing. I feel like as a team, you're either bringing back most of your players or most of your staff. They're bringing back most of the players, I would assume, except for guys that, we're expecting to go here and there. But you got to have some accountability here with the coaches, man. You can't bring everybody back. I hope he was just saying that as like a first, press conference to say. but something has to get changed up or bring somebody in. You can't bring back the same exact coaching staff. I think that's going to be – we're in the same boat. I have no expectations there for next year.
Maybe they'll bring in Matt Patricia.
I have no expectations there for next year if they bring back every single person.
Special consultant to the Phillies.
I'm pissed.
Patricia.
I hate it.
You know, it is funny. Like, I almost feel like, as far as the coaching staff is concerned, Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, has done a great job. He deserves to come back.
Yeah.
Paco Figueroa, the fielding coach, he's done a fine job. I mean, Harper, Gold Glove finalist this year. Wet Brandon, Gold Glove finalist. Wheeler won a Gold Glove last year. Stock, Gold Glove finalist. So the fielding coach has been fine. Dusty Wathan, third base coach, he's all right. Bullpen coach, up until the playoffs, I think we felt pretty good. You know, this the one name I'm not saying is Kevin Long.
Kevin Long.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one.
Bringing him back is like the Eagles bringing back Sirianni.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the one crutch that pretty much has been our bane the last 2 seasons in the postseason and toward the end of the year, really. And no one's addressing the elephant in the room there.
Yeah, it's...
So I feel like that press conference comment, there's no way you already know you're bringing back the entire staff.
I feel like they're pretty set on it.
I can't see how that makes sense. It lasted a full 5 days, maybe a week after you lost that game, and you're saying, I'm going to bring back everybody. We're a tight-knit group. We're a family. We know we can do it. We just didn't do it. Bitch, that's what you said last year.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, I guess the way they look at it is like, look, we won 95 games. We won a division.
That's exactly what Dombrowski said. He said they did lead us to 95 wins. They've been with us for a couple years, a lot of cases 3 years, and some beyond that. They're very efficient. They do their jobs well. We have a good manager. They work well with the manager.
I understand. I'm not saying that they're shitty managers and all that, but my point, though, is that if there's clearly one thing that has been holding you back, specifically in the postseason or come crunch time, and it's been your chase rate and the absolute silence of the bats, then you have to address it. You can't just bring him back and assume he's going to change his ways.
Oh, I hear you.
They didn't put his ass on the chair and roast it. They should be grilling his ass on the stage and putting the mic in front of him and have him answer to his crimes.
I hear you. I mean, we all agreed like last week to say, yeah, he can't come back. He just cannot come back. But Topper's thing is he's one of the best hitting coaches in the league, and I think Topper said most teams would take him over their current hitting coach. Well, if that's the case, they can take him for all I care.
Yeah, if they don't want to win playoff games, by all means, go for it. You guys can hit a bunch of dingers throughout the season. You could win 90-plus games and fall flat on your face in the playoffs. That's fine with me.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I completely disagree with the move.
I mean, sometimes it's also hard to really know, I mean, how much of this is the coaching, how much is just the players going off on their own and not, because it's, You can tell Trey Turner and Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos this or that or the other, but at the end of the day, like, they're like, they're all like supposed to be like star players, so I feel like they're kind of just going to go and do what they want anyway, which I don't know.
So then this is it. So like this is the same exact thing we did last year, right? So if the players can't change and the coach can't do anything anyway, then why the fuck are we keeping him around? Then someone's got to take responsibility then for the downfall of the last 2 seasons.
Well, I think
that makes no sense then.
I think the players should do that, but
they did. They said that last year. They literally did that. If this is now our 3rd year in a row, then
no, I'm with you.
So then there's nothing to be done.
But they're saying it's the players, right? So this is from a Matt Gelb article about the whole thing. So I guess Dombrowski reads and listens to most things said about his club. This is a habit he's maintained throughout his decades in the sport, sometimes in the wake of last week, or something in the wake of last week's game 4 loss to the Mets in the NLDS caught his attention. Personally, Trey Turner said, I think we got ourselves out. I don't think it matters who's on the mound. This led to more substantive discussions Dombrowski had in the last 5 days. It's a very enlightening comment, Dombrowski said, because that is true at times, and other clubs know that. So we need to keep working with these guys where we can make the proper adjustments so they don't keep doing those types of things. So no, they completely think that they're going to be able to work with these players. Trey Turner, who's been in the league 11 years, who's signed with the Phillies for 9 more. Castellanos, who's been a free swing as they come, which he had a good postseason.
I'm not
mad at him.
About, no.
But JT, who's washed and is old and set in his ways. The one example that this article did point to is Schwarber. Because you think about it, Schwarber, his first couple years, was hitting below 200. This year he had like 250.
Yeah.
So they look at Schwarber and they figure, why can't we do that with everyone else?
But you only have one DH.
But the thing is, Schwarber's always had a patient approach.
Yeah.
Nothing about Trey Turner is patient. Nothing about Castellanos is patient. JT, even when he was in his prime, wasn't the most patient hitter. So for Schwarber, it was easier. I think they're putting too much faith in these guys to change their stripes. What's that saying? A tiger can't change its stripes. You can't rely on these guys 10, 12 years in their career to make wholesale changes.
Old dog, new tricks.
That's another one, yeah.
Whatever. All right. Well, then there's nothing we can do. We just buckle up for another year of a bunch of wins, and that's about it. That's what to me it came off as.
I don't rule out that
it's another postseason downfall of the coaching going, yeah, well, we got the pieces to do it. We just didn't do it this year. Yeah, no fucking shit. But like, there's no one seems upset. No one seems that they're being responsible for it. Of course, they're going to say, we just didn't have it this time, or we should have played better, or we lost to ourselves. Yeah, hello. It's not the first time you've been here. It's not the third year in a row you've disappointed the city in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Maybe the first go-around not, because they went to the World Series.
Go-around, they were playing
the last
house
two
money.
seasons have been a train wreck at the end. And there's been no sense of ownership of that from anybody. From ownership of the team. You want to say, get maybe my fucking trophy back. Okay, Dombrowski has pretty much let the team down in his free agency bids for all that shit this season. It's just pathetic. I'm over these fucking fluffy-ass comments.
I mean, the way I look at it is the coaching staff is back. They're saying all of these diplomatic things about the players because they can't really come out and say, yeah, we're going to trade Alec Boehm. But I do think that Alec Boehm and Bryson Stott, two players that are young with some value, they're going to try and shop. As much as I would love for them to shop JT because he's washed, you guys kind of told me that that's not going to happen. The more I think about it, you're probably right. Because I think he's on the last year of his deal. You might as well let him play it out.
Yeah, he got one more year.
But I do think that there are some changes coming to the roster. They probably realize how much they miss a Rhys Hoskins, right?
I think they have to. They might not need to say that they're going to let go specific people, but they have to be a little more cryptic in the fact that, we might have to start changing some things up then.
Yeah, I mean,
they got to start putting that message out because I think the team right now is getting too fat and happy. Half the guys are loaded and here for a long time if you start at the beginning of last season. So no one's really afraid to go anywhere, no matter how bad they may play or whatnot, whatever slump they get into.
Just because you don't say that you're trading or you're not trading someone doesn't mean that you can't turn around and trade them or vice versa. I'm just saying,
if you're not going to call out anybody, you're not going to get rid of any coaches, the players are all pretty much here, you got to start putting some kind of pressure on these guys. If you can't coach them because they've been in the league for too long so they can't fix their swing, then what the fuck are we supposed to do then? Just expect the same shit again? That's exactly what it came off as.
That's what it comes off as, yeah, but I mean, that's the diplomacy of sports, right? Like you could be some GMs, I do appreciate when GMs and coaches are brutally honest, like a Vic Fangio, for example, where they just say, yeah, he's not playing. But the Phillies, they've built their organization, especially the good vibes over the last few years, by being warm, fuzzy, inviting. I mean, it hasn't won them anything, so I get what you're saying. But
we've done the fluffy shit.
This is the approach they're choosing to take. Will it pay off? We'll see if they're able to move off some of these guys that we want them to move off of. I do think that Alec Boehm throwing temper tantrums, getting all pissy all the time, I wouldn't mind seeing him go. Bryson Stott, Trevor, you said this probably 2 months ago. He's just not it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Johan Rojas, if he's the starting center fielder again next year, which Dombrowski did say that they haven't guaranteed him anything. But if you even go into the spring training, if you go into spring training with him competing for a starting spot, then the offseason was a failure, in my opinion. Yeah. So those are the three moves that they need to make. They need to find a better hitting outfielder, whether it be a center fielder or a left fielder. If it's a left fielder, you move Wet Brandon back to center. They need to find something to do with either Boehm or Stott, and they have to find something to do with one of the veterans that just hasn't delivered, which I don't know what you're going to do with that, because Turner is here for 9 years.
It won't be the staple guys. You're not going to move Harper or Turner.
Turner we're stuck
Schwarber
with.
ain't going anywhere. Cassie's probably not going anywhere. Unless you somehow get some sort of trade or value for JT, I just don't see a reasonable excuse to make him walk with him. The depth that we have at catcher, which is 0.
Yeah, we're stuck with him.
So, a lot of work to do with the same coaching staff, so buckle up.
Yeah, no, I have in my notes here, they're relying too much on the players. I mean, they need to put these guys in better position to win. They haven't done that.
Settle down, Andy Reid.
Hey, I've been saying, I've been all about
that.
I
do a better job.
Yeah.
But in positive news, in positive Phillies news, Andrew Painter.
Yeah.
So he was throwing in the Arizona Fall League. Like his statistics weren't great, but yeah, he had 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, looking good.
So ultimately, I don't know, we can't really expect a whole lot from him next year, but it's good to see that he's bouncing back from his surgery.
It's good to see the prospects getting closer to, it's like last year, 2 years ago, when Trevor was all in the Flyers and all that, we're like, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel of the guys, like finally all these years of prep and all this stuff and dodging injuries and getting injured and getting healthier again and getting closer to getting into the big leagues. It's nice to see that for the Phillies side now of, okay, well, we've heard this for the last 3 years since pretty much we signed Harper about like, well, one day he's going to have all these young guys around him and we'll see how they do together and this and that and our farm system's back. So it's exciting to see that they're getting healthier and performing and looking good. And there's a lot of guys down there that are right on the edge of popping off.
Yeah, Painter's the most notable one, but Aiden Miller, I didn't realize he ended the season in Reading.
Yeah.
He was already in Double-A yet.
Yep.
I think Dombrowski said they don't expect him to, be on the team or anything next year, which makes sense.
I mean, if he has a really strong spring training and you're able to jettison Bohm, bring him up, dude.
Yeah.
I think people are getting overreacting to the Bohm shit a little bit.
Nah, kill him.
Man.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean, if you actually look at his numbers over the course of the season and tell me who you're going to replace him with that's going to do better than that.
You can look at it that way, but so much of that was built up early in the season.
But you can't take that away.
The last 3 months of the year, he was ass, dude. And he had a hand injury. And I mean, as a hitter, a hand injury is pretty serious. But I just can't stand his body language, just whiny and mopey.
The attitude is just
saying he hates
bad.
this place.
Although also too, they didn't really do them any justice with giving them the nickname of the daycare or whatever. Like that shit was corny to begin with. So
I think
he's acting like he's in a daycare.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a toddler, dude. Plus,
that's that soft. That's that soft shit that you were talking about. The warm, fuzzy, soft. Someone's not there laying into him.
I hear, like I said, I don't fully support that approach, but that's the approach that they've taken. But I don't know. As far as the Bohm situation is concerned, maybe I'm being a little overreactive, but at the same time, he's 28, 29. He's already in his prime.
We're not saying get rid of him for nothing, but if you put him out there, I'm sure you could get a pretty attractive package for him.
Yeah, he's still got 2 years of arbitration eligibility
yet. That's all. Like,
teams
we have pretty much his future replacement. Unless we use him to move, unless we trade him out. But
no, you're not trading Aiden Miller. Nope.
I think that you pretty much have, your future third baseman in the wing. If you can get a reasonable trade value for Bohm, not that we need to. I understand your point, Trevor, where he did have he was an all-star game. Like he was killing it for a while, leading the league in RBI doubles and stuff like that, and just had a very bad slump at the end. But I think that for the right package, yeah, he'd be a guy that you're not stuck with in a very long, expensive contract. So he's young enough that you could move him somewhere where he would still have a pretty decent rest of his career. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the few pieces that you can move for some value back. Rojas, ain't nobody get,
Yeah, you're not getting anything for Rojas.
Stott and Bohm are kind of your only two, and Bohm's really the only one that's kind of lived up to or started to kind of hit that, living up to his hype of being an all-star for the first time.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, you know what else? After the Phillies lost, I didn't have time to really let my thoughts marinate last week. This Mike Meach tweet, Trevor, you know the one I'm talking about. The Phillies need a young Dominican in the lineup with a big gaudy chain, dreads, and elbow armor that doesn't match the color of their uniform. This team is too white, dude.
Yeah,
true.
They're too white.
Well,
they need to trade Bohm for, I don't know, someone with a little melanin in their skin, dude. They need a little darkness in there.
Yeah.
Someone with some swag.
Is Jazz Chisholm, is he up after this year?
He might be, but it seems like the Yankees are going to keep him. Because I was saying we should have traded for him before.
He'd be a nice one to snag because he's kind of versattle too. He doesn't really, he's not locked into.
He's fast.
Yeah, he doesn't have to make you play really anywhere in the field. But the Yankees, I guess, will have to eventually give up either Juan Soto or him.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of who.
Although they're the Yankees, they spend crazy amounts of money.
Maybe that's the reason why they kept Kevin Long as well. Him and Juan Soto go back. You essentially rebuilt the whole fucking Nationals team then at that point, but.
Juan Soto's a great player, and he fits the description of what I think the Phillies need to a degree. He doesn't have dreads, but he's a young Dominican with a big elbow pad, right?
Yeah.
But
still young too.
Yeah. But I don't want to spend more money on just bringing.
It's going to be another 12-year deal.
Yeah, I'm tired of this,
saying,
dude.
If not, everything's.
That is one thing that Dombrowski did say is we don't necessarily need another star. That doesn't mean we're not going to build and sign more people, but there's other things you can do besides signing another Trey Turner or Bryce Harper type deal or whatever.
Yeah, they went for it last year too. They didn't really land,
they will. They absolutely are going to offer something for once. They're going to try to get him.
Which is they should do their due diligence. But I just feel like the Yankees are going to pay more,
or the Mets,
or oh god, the Mets, yuck. But yeah, the Phillies at the end of the day, man. They play baseball. They're the baseball equivalent of Tobias Harris. Forget who it is or who it was. I feel like it was the guys on the Rights to Ricky Sanchez. There might have been a Rights to Ricky Sanchez listener said Tobias plays basketball like he's afraid to hurt the other team's feelings. That was the Phillies. Watching them play, they played baseball just like they were scared to hurt the other team's feelings. Yeah. The only times they were getting upset was with each other. Or with themselves. Not even each other, with themselves. It's nah, dude. You gotta play with some fire. Play with some emotion. Where's the Reese Hoskins bat spike? You know what I mean?
That fire and you're good.
Yeah. Where's Johnny Gans at, dude?
Who's taking the bus of this game?
Where's the Johnny Gans? We're gonna fucking gut those guys. You wouldn't have heard anyone on the Phillies say that last year. No one.
Yeah.
They just...
That's that warm and fuzzy look. They need to change up their identity here.
I wonder if the warm and fuzzy look involves being too white.
No more dancing on my own. No more all this shit. You got to start getting a little bit more gritty here in this team. You got to be acting like you're pissed off. It's your third year now anyway.
Stubbs will be gone. So maybe that
gone.
whole vibe goes with him.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I never really could stand Stubbs, to be honest with you. Something about him just freaked me out. Like a little creepy dude out there lurking around all the time.
He's a fun vibes guy, but the vibes haven't carried you. So
what the fuck? What's he with that shit?
Yeah, him wearing his overalls, being so drunk, he doesn't even know what the interviewers are asking him.
He was only in it for the playoff runs, just to get wasted.
Just to get wasted. I respect it
and make a playlist, which is fine. I'll take that. But he had that one good hangover game where he hit that home run, which is pretty sick. But
that was hilarious.
Other than that, nah, I don't like the guy.
Yeah, well, he ain't coming back, so. But we'll see.
Garrett the Carrot.
Winter meetings, we'll see what the Phillies end up doing. I don't think they run it all back. I think there's some roster changes, but the coaching staff is here to stay, is what it seems like. But I guess that's probably all we got. The Mets have given the Dodgers a pretty tough go of it. The Dodgers have done the opposite of what the Phillies did. They haven't chased everything, and they're winning the series.
Yeah.
Or the series is even, and as I was paying attention to the score of that game, the Dodgers were up. What's the score of that game?
Yeah.
The Dodgers were up 4-0.
Yeah.
So, the Dodgers clearly a better offensive approach than the Phillies. But
the Mets are never down, though. I mean, not for nothing. As they've showed us, what inning is it?
The bottom of the sixth. The Mets have 2 on with 1 out.
Like I said, anything's possible. The Mets they're a scrappy little team here, but I don't need to waste any time talking about them.
I'm not giving the Mets any flowers. They could win the World Series. They won't earn an ounce of respect from me.
Mm-mm. Well, speaking of not winning an ounce of respect, it seemed as though we had our own little bit of disrespect going on in the stadium at the Link this weekend.
Oh, Nick Sirianni.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think he's totally calm and collected and
not losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yo, where do you even begin with? I guess you have to begin with him shaving his head.
Yeah, I saw that when he showed up. I said, "What is going on?" Completely shaved his head, unless it's for I know it's like the Crucial Catch month and all that stuff,
No.
but like I don't think it was for any like cancer stuff. I think he just
I don't think so.
I think he just shaved his head to lose his mind.
Yeah, I mean, during the bye week, you go home, you rest, you relax, you be with your family, you have a good time. Like, obviously, you think football and you talk about football, too. He went home and lost his mind and shaved his head. And evidently didn't spend enough time with his kids because he brought them to a press conference after the game.
Deflection right there. That's all that was.
This guy, dude.
All that was, man. We've seen his kids so many times. We get it, dude. You're a dad. I don't need to see your kids after every fucking game.
Yeah,
They live in Jersey.
Yeah, it was
Keep it at
definitely
home.
like a shield.
You'll be home in 30 minutes. You live right across the bridge. Relax.
Yeah, the whole thing was just for him to bring them up there, or I mean, we can take it back to during the game. It's funny, we're not even talking about the game. No one's actually talking about the game.
I think
Everyone's
we're
been
not
talking
like
about
secondary.
Sirianni.
Yeah.
But going back to the game, him fighting with or not fighting, but barking at the Brown secondary early in the game. It's like, dude, when Jalen Carter was doing that and doing the thumbs down,
Right.
you were getting mad at him trying to pull him back. So now you want to turn around and scream at the other team's players. What do you think your players are supposed to take from that?
Right.
You're the coach. You're supposed to lead by example.
He's never had an ounce of composure this whole time he's been the head coach. Even going back to when he first came over here. I mean, he's just... You want some sort of leadership from your head coach. Whether, we have the whole thing about who's calling the plays and what does he even do here and all this stuff. Like, if there's one thing that you can do is just be a solid foundation for the team, or at least be like, a North Star,
Yeah, you're the
to be the
CEO,
soundboard,
head coach.
right? And you're gonna be out here being the most unhinged freak on the sideline every game. Like, dude, you are not there to watch the game as a fan or as a spectator. You are there to manage the game, manage your players, and to come out with a victory. Yeah, it's exciting to get the link. It's exciting to see your team win and all that stuff. I don't need you to be Bill Belichick on the sideline, but I don't need you to be some crazy psycho fan on the sideline either.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing at this point. It was cute and funny a couple years ago when you're 10-0, whatever. Like, okay, that's fine. But walking out of the game against the Chiefs, yelling at people like that. You know
and
what
then
I mean?
after that, we went, 1-6?
Right. Well, I thought we
1-7.
won. Because we beat Buffalo and Miami after that.
No, Miami was before that. Buffalo was after that.
Okay,
So
then we beat Buffalo. And
we
then we
went
had a little...
2-7 or 2 or whatever.
And then you
I
do
don't
this
remember.
shit. It's just embarrassing. It's just goofy behavior to do as a head coach.
Yeah.
And you're not in your first year. It's just odd.
Yeah, and I mean, especially after the way, the last season ended, you'd think he'd be on his best behavior. And there were times early in the season, like, I think back to the Packers game, he was fine. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was laid back. And even after the Saints game, when he was restraining Jalen Carter, I was like, okay, we at least see a new Sirianni in terms of demeanor on the sidelines.
Right.
But the last few weeks, it's just he's
not when he
giving
came
all
out-
that goodwill back.
Not when he came out to the bye week in fucking sicko mode. We're like, all right, well, this dude's unhinged. Like, what do you expect? He was going to be calm now after he shaved his head.
And then him fighting with the fans, yelling at them. And then to say in the press conference after the game, to ask his kids, to ask them if they thought the boos were loud. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
You don't ask an 8-year-old in front of the assembled media that this is going to be broadcast all over the country. Was it loud? Don't get them involved.
Also, we know it was loud. I could hear it on the TV. Like, it's not... Yeah, we know it's loud.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know. The dude is just... Something ain't right in his head right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's on that Britney Spears, yo.
Yeah. Because you got to put him into a conservatorship.
Yeah, Jeffrey Lurie, he's his
People
conservative.
will be protesting like, free Nick.
Yeah.
Free Nick.
He starts posting random videos of him in his underwear with knives on Instagram.
Nah, the whole Sirianni thing, it's just
It's
baffling.
It's baffling. But on a lighter note,
we won the game.
we won the game.
Yeah.
An ugly win is still a win. We didn't get blown out like Dallas did, so I'll take a win. Jalen Hurts, I think, is a shining star in that game. I think, some miss-ups here and there, but no turnovers. So
A step in the right direction.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
No
Against
mistakes.
a good defense.
Yeah, no dumb mistakes against a good defense. A.J. Brown's first game back. I called it before the game. I said he's going to get seven receptions for 125 yards and a tutty. He had 6 for 117 and a tud. You know, him and Devonta Smith both had a touchdown. Whenever they both score in their career, the Birds are 8-0.
Really?
Yeah. So it's sad that it's only happened 8 times in the 2 years or whatever that they've played together. But
that's got to be regular season.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Super Bowl they both scored and we lost, but
it's good to have the guys back healthy, which was good. I wish they executed a little bit better, but wasn't quite the blowout that we expected it would be.
No, I mean the Browns have a tough defense for sure, and also special teams. That was a hell of a play by Myles Garrett to jump.
My God.
Dude, he's like 6'4", 280 pounds, and he just hurdles a guy and blocks that kick.
Dude, I remember a couple of years ago, he was, it was for the NBA All-Star game. They had, the celebrity game beforehand, and Myles Garrett was playing it, and he was doing windmill dunks and shit.
That's insane.
He's wild.
He's a freak athletic.
Yeah.
A freak athlete, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a play, and they scored 7 points off it. You take that away, the score's not as close.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean, I wasn't particularly enthused by that offensive performance. Saquon, that one play where he ran out of bounds. Oh, God. As soon as I saw that, I was so goddamn hungover on the couch from the bachelor party. I just screamed, what?
Yeah.
I was just in, ugh. And then the next play, he misses the blitzer. Hurts gets sacked. Then you have to settle for that long field goal that gets blocked. So, yeah, offensively, they just couldn't get it together. Defensively, I thought they did a great job, dude. Your boy, Cooper DeJean, he was flying around.
Well, he might not have gotten his pick to help me get out of this shot. So, but he did get a sack, so I'll take half a sack. So I'll take that.
He was flying around. BG had that one big play on the end around
on his 200th game. Shout out Brandon Graham.
BG. Yeah. Did you see the video the Eagles social media posted?
Yeah, him talking shit. The Brandon Graham talking shit videos are always so good.
He's the man, dude. He's so funny. But yeah, the defense came to play. Granted, it's a mediocre offense, but
Bryce Huff.
Yeah, Bryce Huff finally.
Half a sack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got.
I didn't really get to watch this game because I was in the airport.
That's right.
Yeah, I was traveling. I watched the first quarter on my phone. That's about all I could do.
I mean, I know
it was funny. It was we're on the tarmac about to leave. Right as the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter, and I was I think they're gonna hold on, but I didn't know it actually happened until we landed, and I could check my phone.
I think they got
okay, cool, we won.
I think they got 5 sacks. I mean, again, it's the worst O-line in football, so whatever. If this team posts by, especially the defense, needed an easy win. To your point last week, they've played a couple good offenses in the first 4 weeks, so your new defensive coordinator, a lot less weapons than what the offense kind of has with a new coordinator. It's easier to do it with Hurts, who was once an MVP caliber quarterback, and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, all those guys. But defensively, got a lot of rookies back there, new scheme, a lot of second-year guys. So to have kind of an easy duck of an O-line was nice to see. You're at home. They got to the quarterback, which was good. Got a lot of pressures, which is exactly what you want to see when you play a bad offensive line. Could have probably had a couple more sacks that they left on the bone there, but came out with a win. Cooper DeJean looked great. And Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are... That's going to be exciting to watch, develop. But to Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, to your boy.
Cooper.
But yeah, that was defensive performance, again, was encouraging. Offensive performance, like I said, left some things to be desired. What else I got pulled up here? I got some stuff pulled up. Why can they not score in the first quarter, dude? Look at their first quarter stats.
They're coming up on a record?
In the first quarter, on 10 possessions, they've run 44 plays. So they're getting 4.4 yards, or 4.4 possessions or 4.4 plays per possession. They've gotten 140 yards on those 10 possessions at 44 plays. That's 3.2 yards per play.
Well, they typically go 3 and out on their first drive, and then the defense or the offense typically goes the length of the field.
So here's the deal. 4 3 and outs, and then 3 turnovers.
Bingo.
So they're shooting themselves in the foot big time. The offense they have to get it together against some of the more mediocre teams like the Browns, you're going to be able to get away with that.
Weird stat, though, to that point is that the Browns haven't allowed a point in the first quarter all season. So it was kind of like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
You know, you have the team that can't score in the first, and you got a team that doesn't allow teams to score in the first.
The unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Right.
And neither one of them moved.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, the offense, that's you can't have that when you're playing better teams. The Eagles are lucky they're in a soft part of the schedule. But, I mean, trying to think who we have tough coming up. I can't even think of who's tough coming up.
I mean, I'm not for nothing. I know it's just the Giants, but I don't want to keep hammering this home. But
we'll get to the Giants.
I'm just saying that who we have tough coming up doesn't, to me, you know, it doesn't even look like, you know, Bengals are coming up. Baltimore, we don't stand a fucking chance.
Nah, we're going to get steamrolled, especially in Baltimore.
There is no shot we win that game. And I was pretty confident. I think I said that was going to be a loss at the beginning of the year.
We all said that was going to be a loss.
But,
I remember that.
You know, the way Henry's, how do you, this defense could barely contain the Browns, let alone Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, and Mark Andrews is back. I don't know about that. That's a bloodbath. I'm glad we didn't spend $300 a ticket to go down there and watch it.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, so one other note about the offense, because there's been a lot of talk this week about this doesn't look like a Kellen Moore offense. This looks like the same offense as last year. This, that, and the third. Some of the people that really listen to film, Sean Syed, he says that the offense has some Kellen Moore elements. A couple other people, this is Fran Duffy, who Fran knows ball now. Fran knows the birds. He says that he thinks the issue is Jalen Hurts. He thinks, Hurts has had 3 different coordinators. Sure, it's been Sirianni the whole time, but he's had 3 different offensive coordinators, and their inability to throw over the middle of the field, or they're not their inability, but they're just
resistance almost.
Resistance, or just the low number of throws to the middle of the field. He thinks that's a Hurts thing. And in addition, this is a stat Fran pulled from Next Gen Stats. Hurts to Brown, they've had 6 receptions with a sub-25 completion probability since 2022. The only person, or the only connection with fewer, is Hurts to Smith with 7. So Hurts is just forcing the ball in there. Some of that might be offensive play design. But at the end of the day, Fran had this long breakdown where he didn't quite say this is all on Hurts, but it's kind of implied that, Hurts' limitations are starting to show 5 years, 6 years.
I mean, you can see it. Look at that A.J. Brown touchdown. Thank God that was A.J. Brown, but had that been anybody else, that'd have been an incomplete pass or a pick. No one else is coming down with that ball.
Yeah, it's just...
Unless you got Megatron over there. Like, that was just ridiculous.
Dude, even the play that iced the game...
Yeah.
On, what was it, 2nd and 11? Mm-hmm. You're throwing that ball, dude?
Deep bop. That's like... I don't know.
It worked, but and for him to admit that he checked to it, it's like, that's kind of asinine, in my opinion. Like, I don't know.
Again, no one else is making that catch other than A.J. Brown. And the fact that you're doing that, it's just, I don't know. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But again, I'll chalk it up to post, to your point, Sirianni's good after the bye. I wouldn't say this is his best after bye game, but he won again, so we'll take that. The offense needs to get it clicking like yesterday.
Yeah.
And they have the pieces to do it, whether who's calling the plays or whatnot, if Hurts is too stuck in his ways or whatever the fuck he's doing, but you literally can't get any more weapons than you have right now. Sucks that you lost Jordan Mailata.
Yeah, that's
He'll probably be out for a couple
yeah.
weeks. But, next man up mentality, we should be okay. But damn, dude, you can't just keep throwing fucking out routes and shit like that to A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith the whole time. It's just not sustainable.
Yeah, they're like what happened to the motion they were running in week one, right? And some of the misdirection and just odd formation stuff that they were doing. You haven't really seen much of it.
Jahan Dotson looked great. I mean, the one play he had, but that was a nice little 12-yard little dump pass. Boom, right over the middle, no big deal. But you don't ever see that shit.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is too focused on taking the deep shots, which has always been a characteristic of Hurts, even back to college. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to change. Like we said about the Phillies hitters. I don't know how much a tiger changes its stripes. But we'll see. I guess we can move on to the Giants. This Giants team isn't that bad, dude.
They're not bad. They're not good. But again, it's the Birds right now. They're not showing us anything that's going to be like, you know what, we're phenomenal against the run, or we're great against this. We just kind of play football and see how it lands, and we hope that the luck falls our way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm actually a little nervous for this game.
Me too.
Dude, if Malik Neighbors practiced, that dude's nice.
Yeah. We don't know if he's playing yet, or
he hasn't. I don't think he's cleared protocol, but he's been in it for 2 weeks. He's probably going to clear it.
It'd be a fun matchup, though, to have if Quignon's on him.
Quignon and Cooper DeJean, too.
That'd be a cool...
Sidney Brown might be back, too, I heard. Remember, he tore his ACL last year.
You're right.
He's been working out. They opened his 21-day practice window. He might be back. I read an article today that was all about how he's excited to make his return to the place where he got injured last year. So it seems like he's going to come back, too.
You know who's not excited about making their return there, though, at the MetLife?
Saquon?
Kai Becton.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
He said it's a shitty-ass field. I don't want to go back there. They were like, you're looking forward to go back and play. Because he's not a Giant, but a Jet. He's like, no, that place is a dump. I hate that stadium.
Hey. I mean, he owned us when he played us there last year.
I mean, he said...
Yeah.
So let's hope he does that shit again.
That was so funny.
But, yeah, I think they come out with a win.
Okay.
Because it's kind of to the point where this past week where, you know, they might be okay. They have a decent defense, but it's still Deshaun Watson. Giants, you know, Dexter Lawrence is an absolute machine in the center of, you know, that defensive line. But it's still Daniel Jones. So,
if he has neighbors,
could be
that gets a whole lot scarier.
But it's like, you know, Eli's stupid cousin. Like, I'm not really concerned about Daniel Jones. Now, when we play Washington eventually, I don't know if we come out with a win against that team. But the Giants, I'm not overly concerned about it. I think we take care of business there. They need to come out. They need to have back-to-back solid wins.
What's your prediction
against the Giants? I
think
the
line is Eagles -3 right now.
-3.
I mean, I think this is the game that we probably. I'm going to be bold here and say 34-21.
Damn. All right.
34. I'm going to say 34-17.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Trevor, what you got?
I think the line's pretty good. I feel like this is, like, for some reason, I feel like this is going to come down to, like, some kind of, like, last drive field goal shit. That's just what it feels to me. So I think we pull it out 24-21.
Okay.
I hate that.
So a couple things. If we look at things statistically, the Eagles' offense is ranked 12th in DVOA. The Giants are ranked 19th, so they're actually not that far behind us. Defensively, this Giants' defense isn't that bad. Defensively, the Eagles are 26th. The Giants are 17th.
Defense?
Yeah. But their defense has like 27 sacks this year or something crazy. They've been getting after the quarterback. They're 23rd in total DVOA. The Eagles are 20th. So they're not far from us in terms of overall level of talent in NFL rankings. With that being said, their injured list is long as hell, dude. Their starting left tackle, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
He didn't practice. Dexter Lawrence, he's out with he didn't practice today with a hip. Brian Burns is a game wrecker. He didn't practice.
We would need him to be out, to be honest.
Malik Neighbors is still limited with the concussion. Wan'Dale Robinson, their number 2 receiver, limited with an ankle. Singletary, the running back, he's limited with a groin. He was out last week. Darius Slayton, who's kind of ass but always has a good game against us, limited with a groin. Like a lot of their star players, their punter, he's banged up with a left hamstring.
Was that his kicking leg?
Yeah, I think so. Either way, it's either his kicking leg or his plant leg. A bad hamstring is a bad hamstring.
I'm just saying, one's definitely more aggressive.
They're pretty banged up. If they do get better, I could see them winning this game.
What's the weather looking like?
It's supposed to be 75 and sunny here,
Beautiful.
so probably nice there.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking 34. I'm locked. 34-17. I'm confirmed on that.
I guess I can't flip-flop here. I have to pick one or the other. I'm going to assume that Malik Neighbors plays and a couple of their good players play. And I think we lose. We lost there last year. I think we lose 23-19. You realize we haven't scored over 20 points since the Green Bay game, and this defense is pretty good. If their key players play, I struggle to see how we score points.
Yeah, I get that. I think that, I think we could have easily scored a lot more points throughout the season so far, but it comes down to, red zone turnovers or fumbles by Hurts, But I think this is a game where it all clicks. Something in me feels that I'm just going to commit to it. Will, I'm sorry if you're watching right now, but fuck the Giants, even though now you say you're an Eagles fan.
Who?
But Will, Angie's Will.
Oh, yeah, he's not an Eagles fan,
He said
dude.
he was an Eagles fan last time we talked to him, but we were like, I swear to God, you said you were a Giants fan.
Maybe he is.
But, I think that, I think it clicks. I think this team needs to have it click now before the season really gets going. I could be wrong, and that's totally fine, but let's go out here, kick some fucking ass, and come back home with a big win.
See, I think we lose, and Sirianni's seat gets extremely hot.
Then the season's kind of fucking toast. If they get smoked by the Giants, and then goes completely bald and really shaves his head to a 0, then we'll be concerned. But
he's going to bring his grandma to the press conference on Sunday.
Someone needs to give him a call. No more meatballs and spaghetti for that man.
No, he doesn't deserve anything.
He just keeps upping the ante with shit he brings to the press conference. His grandma, then it's a one-eyed dog. It's
he brings the ashes of his childhood cat.
Yeah.
Yo,
his grandfather's ashes.
He's out of his goddamn mind, dude. But yeah, I think that's it on the Birds. Let's hit the Sixers real quick. I want to close with the Flyers. Close on some good news.
Yeah. So the Sixers, big news. Hit a little injury scare with Paul George, but it seems like it's not that bad. Be reevaluated in a week or
the
so.
MRI came back, no structural damage and all that, which is good.
Saying it's a bone bruise.
So, and it's Paul George.
I
think err on the side of caution. And it's kind of what we expected when we brought him in. He's not the healthiest guy.
I don't know. Bone bruises are very hit or miss. Paul George had a bone bruise. When was it? Oh, no, Embiid had one. I'm sorry, in 2021. You may remember when Embiid had the bone bruise in 2021. He injured it against the Wizards in that first round playoff series. He was never the same player for the rest of the playoffs, which was 3 to 4 weeks. And that's after he sat out a week. Robert Covington last year, he had a bone bruise and he missed the rest of the season from January on. So I wouldn't dismiss a bone bruise the way that the Sixers are saying he'll be reevaluated in a week. Doesn't mean he's coming back in a week.
No, I'm not saying that, but at least it's not like he,
Yeah,
could be worse.
People were worried that he could have tore his ACL or something. So it's not that.
It could be worse, but I don't know. The Sixers, we know the Sixers medical staff. We've been with this medical staff for almost 10 years at this point. They almost always make an injury seem to be less serious than it is. Mm-hmm. So I have no reason to believe that this isn't something that Paul George is going to miss the first month of the season, which may not seem like much, but those games in the first month of the season matter just as much as those games at the end of the season do, right? So I don't feel great about it. At the same time, I feel like the team has enough depth at that position between Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin. We'll throw Ricky Council in there. KJ Martin's been looking good in preseason. Yabusele can play some power forward. I think they have enough depth that they'll be okay, but it's also not ideal because that's valuable playing time, valuable regular season minutes he could be getting with Maxey, with Embiid, which we'll get to
especially
Embiid
early
shortly.
on because you want to get it.
You need to get the chemistry going.
It just sucks because you're looking forward to this all off season, and then it's we got to wait another however many weeks or whatever.
Fucking preseason, man.
It's the way she goes.
It's not good for anybody.
Yeah, we were just watching the game upstairs. when McCain smacks his back so hard he starts dry heaving.
Yeah.
It was like literally coughing up blood walking to the locker room. It's like, this is what I was saying last week.
In the last minute and a half, though, it was even like, you're up by 20
it's
at that point.
It's garbage time.
Yeah.
Like when a preseason game gets to a 30-point blowout, just call the game.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Like, you don't need to be playing 7-8 preseason games.
You should have a mercy rule in preseason then.
Like,
in the fourth quarter, at least.
What the hell? LeBron was pissed when he was like, why are we from LA flying to Milwaukee? He was tweeting about it for a preseason game. He's right. Like, preseason in the NFL, think about it.
It's all buses, usually.
The Eagles play...
Patriots, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the Jets.
The Dolphins once in a while, which is like a 2-hour flight. You're not flying across the country playing all these games like hockey. The Flyers played everyone in their division. Like, I think the Flyers might have had one preseason back-to-back.
Yeah, preseason were all against like the Devils and the Islanders and shit. Yeah.
The Sixers there's no reason for the Sixers to play 3 games in 4 nights against the Timberwolves, a Western Conference team, and then flying down to Atlanta, playing in Iowa against, I don't even remember that. I think that was a Timberwolves game. Playing in Boston the next night. What the hell? You're just asking for guys to get hurt. And the Paul George injury was, in some ways, it wasn't like a soft tissue injury. He planted wrong and just hyperextended his knee. But at the same time, like, if you didn't have so many goddamn preseason games, maybe it doesn't feel like he has to be out there for a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just, I don't know, that's just me. Preseason, plus preseason NBA, after the first quarter, it's garbage. You're just watching guys that are struggling to make the team or career G Leaguers.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, that's really, most preseasons anyway are just kind of, I think, losing their allure or whatever they had at the beginning. Like a lot of guys come in pro ready, or at least the guys that you are expecting to start or start soon don't really need all those preseason games anymore. Whether it's NFL, NHL, NBA, like they're all the guys that you're expecting to be really good. Oh shit! Wow, look at that! They're really good. They don't need to play against scrubs who are busting their ass, potentially boom, banging up guys in their head, getting concussions, hurting guys that are savvy vets for no. It's just you're asking for shit like that.
Yeah, it just bothers me. But anyway, Paul George, he'll be reevaluated in a week. The season opener's in a week. He ain't playing the season opener. He's probably not playing the first month of the year. Hopefully he's able to work into playing shape pretty quickly and work a chemistry with Embiid and Maxey, because the Sixers got to win that, what do they call it, the NBA Cup?
Oh, the in-season tournament?
Yeah, we got to win that this year.
We got to win something.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll win both, but we got to win something. But yeah, so that was a bit of Sixers news. Then the obvious was the Embiid news, that he ain't playing preseason, which, after seeing Paul George get hurt in the McCain injury,
fuck that.
I'm all for it. But at the same time, what do y'all make of him being so heavily load managed?
I mean, I think it's fine. I think that we've seen the downfall of him not being load managed. I think that, it's kind of the name of the game. I feel like every season it's the inevitable factor of when will he get hurt, not if he'll get hurt. So you figure he had pretty banged up postseason last season, stretched it and played in the Olympics. I like the fact that he cut some weight, which is good for a change. So maybe, they come out saying that he won't. I mean, he said that he might not ever play back-to-back games ever again. But, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if that's true or not.
He'll play some back-to-backs.
So,
I predict that.
I don't know. I'm okay with the load management for Embiid. For the right situations, does he have to play against Charlotte? Probably not. Do I want to see him play against Boston? Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I think you can pick and choose. Does he have to play against the Nets every time? Fuck no. But we'll see how they choose to do that or what they exactly mean by it. But I'm not super against it.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with it. I mean, considering that he's like torn his meniscus multiple times. I mean, granted, some of these injuries he's had in the playoffs and stuff have been kind of freak weird things, like getting elbowed in the face and
twice.
Yeah. Like that kind of shit is like, those are kind of just freak things. But he has had a pretty decent amount of wear and tear on his knees at this point. And so I feel like at this point it's kind of appropriate to try to manage that a little bit. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Plus, there's like a dual bonus. He's a little bit lighter, so it should help out the knees. And maybe load manage a little bit more and should give him. I'd rather have him not worry about MVP or do any of that shit. Play out the year if it doesn't affect the regular season wins and all that stuff, and then be really good to go for the playoffs. I'd rather him go balls to the wall for that than he goes balls to the wall for regular season. He's putting up 70 points and all this shit, and it's great. We're all in love. And then he blows his knee out again or does something nuts, and you're like, and then you don't have him for 3 months, and then he's crawling back into the postseason. This is like a different kind of trade-off here that they're banking off of, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, I get all that, and I understand the load management part of it. Just at the same time, man, I don't want to him rest too much. Because the article that Tim Bontemps from ESPN wrote basically said, like, Embiid and Paul George aren't playing any back-to-backs. Right? So, like, the Sixers have 15 back-to-backs. That means that's 7 games that probably one of Embiid or Paul George aren't playing, or they might alternate where one of them doesn't play the first half, one of them doesn't play the second half. That's leaving you vulnerable to lose. You're probably not going to lose all 15 games, but leaving you vulnerable to lose some of those games that you might otherwise win. And as we saw last year, the difference in the standings between the 2 seed, which was the Knicks, and us, the 7 seed, it's like 3 games. So those games are valuable. But at the same time, like I said, I understand wanting him to be healthy for the playoffs. His knees are pretty jacked up at this point. I'm also just concerned, I think I said this last week, that he just doesn't have it anymore, dude. Like, even this load management, this, that, and the other thing, I just think at this point in his career, he just may not have it. I mean, when we saw him in the Olympics, yeah, he looked great against Serbia. That brought me to tears. But other than that, he didn't really look particularly great. And I'm still a skeptic of him losing 20 pounds because the Olympics ended in middle of August. He showed up to training camp early or late September. How do they lose 20 pounds that quick when he clearly isn't 100%? Right? Like,
you got that Ozempic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a millionaire, probably a damn near billionaire, maybe. But I don't know. I think that as far as losing that much weight when you've barely been able to do much anything, when they're ramping you up for a regular season, I'll believe it when I see it. And, I mean, if he hasn't lost all that weight, then I think we're just set up for more of the same. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all are doing a post-game pod next week and it was an Embiid-less game just because he wasn't able to ramp up in time. I really wouldn't be surprised. Which is a big game against the Bucks, a team that we're probably going to be competing with in the standings for seeding.
Yeah, when's the opener?
Next Wednesday.
Although, I mean, listen, if they go out and they lose to the Bucks first game, I understand that, it's a big game, but it makes no sense if he's not ready to force him out there to get smoked by a healthier Giannis this year and all that. Like, I get it. You want to come out and win, but at the same time, they're choosing to pick and choose their battles this season by what it seems. And if they're not going to put him out there healthy, then that's okay. No sense in forcing PG out there as well. They have a solid roster beyond those two. Not that it's a sustainable, not that it's a sustainable winning roster. I'm not saying that at all. But the other guys need time to play against these really good teams too. And first game of the year, I think it's an okay game to not ship in. But if you need to be without your two of your big 3 pieces, then you got to do it for the sake of the length of the season. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that for the sake of the standings and ending up with a decent seed, not having to go on the road, I would rather win some of these games. But
I think so. But it's the season didn't even start yet. I think it's kind of
it's
kind of hard.
Premature.
It's getting a little bit out of hand in terms of predicting what's going to happen before we even start.
We've just been through this too many goddamn times, dude.
I get it.
We've been through this for, what is this, Embiid's 8th year playing in the league healthy?
I understand.
We've been through this
I'm just
for
saying.
8 years.
I understand.
My trauma has trauma.
Yeah.
But hey, next week we got the home opener against the Bucks. I will not be podding. Whoever's listening to the pod right now, if you want to come sit in this here seat while I'm doing pre-wedding festivities, just shout us out. What's the email?
citywidepod@gmail.com.
Yeah, you probably won't need to email us. You can just hit us up. You probably know us well enough. Or if you don't know us and you're listening and you want to come guest on the pod too, that'd be cool. We like strangers. Just bring your own beer if we don't know you.
Well, after that pod, we'll have 2 post-game season openers to do because the Flyers also start this weekend coming up.
Yeah, the home opener.
Yeah, home opener.
Sunday, which I will be at. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we transition to the Flyers.
Yeah, we can jump onto the Flyers.
Yeah, man. Not bad. I didn't really get a chance to see their first. Last night was the first time I actually got the chance to sit down and watch a game because I was in Nashville during their first 2. But yeah, dude, fucking Michkov looks pretty good. I mean,
he looks fantastic.
Pretty much just the story of this season is just tuning in to watch Michkov.
Yeah, it is Michkov, right?
It's Michkov, yeah.
Yo, shout out to him. I'm going to do the rest of my liquor to him.
Cheers, Michkov.
Got them 2 power play goals last night. I love, too, you see you kind of got the whole spectrum of it last night because the first goal was just like a dirty...
That was greasy.
Greasy-ass dirty goal just in front of the net. And then the second one was just like a fucking snipe on the power play. So, he can score in multiple ways. And, I just feel like watching that game, just every time he touches the puck, it's just like you have like a feeling that like
he could score
he's going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like something good's going to happen. Like he's going to like make the right, like he's not going to do something stupid. And it's just like, you just have this confidence that like he's going to make something happen. And I don't feel like I've had that kind of feeling about anyone on their team since Giroux was here.
Yeah, that's accurate. I kind of get that feeling with Konechny, but sometimes Konechny gets a little too fired up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Giroux's probably the last Flyer that I truly felt that way about him. And yeah, the thing with Michkov, right, is Giroux, like no disrespect to Giroux, but certainly, especially as he aged, was more of a facilitator than a scorer. Michkov, we've seen a lot of both, dude.
Yeah, he can do it all.
The game against Calgary is the one game that I missed. He apparently had a couple nice setups. Konechny assisted Konechny's goal, or one of Konechny's 2 goals for his first career point. Then last night, like, even aside from the 2 goals and a couple other dangerous chances that he had, he was setting guys up. He was moving the puck. His control with the puck and his vision is just so good. He's not the fastest skater, but like I've said before, he's so strong with the puck and so agile and just smart that he doesn't need to be.
He's strategic. He's very precise. I don't know, man. It's a good feeling to have.
The thing I loved most, is he blocked a couple shots.
Yeah.
He was getting in there. He's like, because that's the thing. A lot of times these high-end offensive players don't really want to risk it. And that's the thing with Torts, that if you aren't willing to do that, you're getting benched. I don't want him to go out there like breaking his nose and shit, but at the same time, like for him to go out there and at least show some gusto on a block, I'm all for it. The power play looks rejuvenated. The power play was looking good.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think right now, obviously it's only 3 games in the season, but I think their power play is ranked like 10th or 11th in the league.
Yeah, I looked it up earlier. It was 11th.
It's obviously like very small sample size.
26.7%. That's more than double what they were last year.
Yeah, just like it looks like night and day from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks so dangerous behind the goal on the power play.
Did Jet score too?
He almost did.
That was Brink's goal.
He provided the screen, and initially they thought it deflected off him, but it was just
I was like, damn, both
it deflected off one of the Oilers players.
He had a really high danger chance too, though.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty good. I think
he's holding his own, dude.
Probably gonna stick. I mean, especially since Couturier still does not look great. I mean, I just don't know. If you're like Torts making the case to the front office, you're pretty much telling them like, who the fuck do you want me to play at center? You send this guy down. You know what I mean? Like he's looked fine. I mean, he hasn't shown up on the box score yet, but I think fucking last night they had him out there against McDavid purposefully,
which doesn't make sense, but it actually kind of does because
he can keep up with him.
Exactly.
He's the only guy that can keep up with him.
And for 2 I guess, 2 3/4 periods, it worked.
Yeah.
Like, for 2 3/4 periods, I was going to say Michkov was the best player on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Then McDavid just does McDavid things at the end of the game. But, I mean, Luchanko, he brings an element to them offensively. Like, seeing him push the puck when McDavid wasn't on the ice, no one could keep up with him.
Yeah.
And then on the PK, like, their PK was pretty good last night.
Yeah.
The PK, overall, before last night, they hadn't allowed any goals. They gave up 2, but you're playing against 2 Hall of Famers, right? So that's going to happen sometimes. But yeah, I think Luchanko is staying. I hate to say it, man. I really hate to say this about Coots. I think he's just become the goon that fights people. I mean, we saw it in the preseason when he got into a fight over Michkov. We saw it again last night. He's getting into a fight.
Well, last night that wasn't really by choice.
But still, I mean, he doesn't really serve much of an offensive purpose or probably not much of a defensive purpose either. I mean, it's small sample size. He could get it together, but I don't know.
It hasn't been looking great for him.
It's looking like he might just be
going back to last season.
The 4th line goon. He might be the new Delorier, although Delorier's still here yet.
Yeah, he's just in the press box so far. But yeah, I mean, they're sorely missing a legit first line center. I think that's clearly
You're dissing Morgan Frost. He had the
He's been all right.
Yeah, Morgan Frost had the game winner in the shootout.
That's true. That was a nice shootout.
Morgan Frost, he's not a first line center though. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, he's not that kind of guy. But yeah, I mean, I guess what else? Urson's been looking pretty good.
He looks all right, dude.
Yeah.
You can't fault him for any of those goals last night. That one in overtime, save.
He made a great save
when he first made that save. It's 1:15 in the morning in my house. I'm tired as hell, and I'm like, oh shit! And then 2 seconds later, the game's over. But yeah, Urson looked great. He looked pretty good in the shootout against Vancouver. Mm-hmm. Vancouver's a pretty good offensive team too now, right? So, Urson I feel good about. I didn't watch the Calgary game, but I understand Fedotov was so-so.
Sounded like he was not that great. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see that game either. But it sounds like Fedotov is... Yeah, we have some more adjusting to do.
Yeah, he's probably not ready, but we got Kolosov yet. Right? Kolosov's he's probably playing sooner than later if Fedotov continues to falter.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe he won't want to go back home to the KHL if he starts playing in the NHL.
Yeah. Get into those nice hotels.
Or he gets him an apartment with the boys in Old City, dude.
Yeah.
Then he's not going to want to leave. He's going to be at Buffalo Billiards, yo.
Little Russia.
He's going to be at Han Dynasty eating the banging Chinese food. He's going to be patronizing all the businesses. Yep. He'll be at Zahav, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to be eating good.
Yeah. I guess I feel like the one glaring thing about this team right now is the defense looks pretty bad.
Yeah, that's why Erson's had to be as good as he's had to be.
I mean, I guess you have it's kind of funny to think about being like, oh, well, they're bad, but I mean, Sealer's not playing right now. So maybe when he comes back, I mean, he has been pretty good, but it's like, that's not a guy who you're banking on to like
difference maker.
Turn the
we didn't consider Sean Walker to be a difference maker 3 games into the year last year either.
Apparently, he's one of the best defensemen in the league.
Yeah, should have capped. Who's been saying that since we traded him? Although he wouldn't still be a Flyer. It was a 1-year contract, but should have brought him back.
Yeah, could have signed him back.
Who said that? I said.
Where is he now? The Hurricanes?
Yeah, he's with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Canes.
Yep. He's going to be victimizing our asses 4 times a year.
But yeah, fucking...
the defense looks horrible.
Defense looks pretty bad. It's like they need to bring Emile Andre in there.
Yeah, they got to bring him in. It didn't help. At least the goal last night, the game-winning goal. Sanheim, that play where he rushed the net, it felt like that should have been a tripping penalty or something.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I didn't.
Which that didn't help, but at the same time, how is no one back to defend Draisaitl?
Because they didn't put it at center in. Fucking that, which is another thing about having no good, reliable centers. Because they started with 2 wingers and a defenseman.
That's true. Good point.
Which is kind of like, you're taking your chances there. But yeah, like, in a 3-on-3, like, you want to have some guy that understands the defensive responsibility and all that shit. And if you don't, you're putting two wingers out there, you leave yourself vulnerable to what happened.
Yeah, especially against two Hall of Famers like that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the defense, hopefully they bring Andre in. I guess Ali Bonk's probably, he's not ready yet.
Yeah, he's probably like a couple years away. He's got things to work on, yeah.
So, yeah, the defense might be an adventure unless Drysdale figures it out, which maybe he will.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the raw talent, but, I mean, I know, like, during training camp, they were... I mean, I think Torts literally said that, like, he needs to learn how to play hockey. He pretty much just was that blunt about it.
That's a burning indictment.
We're just like, yeah, like, he can skate really well. He's a very good skater, which is, half the game, basically. But, I think that he has a long way to go in terms of the situational aspect of it and the positional aspect of it.
Or hopefully Bradshaw can work his magic.
Yeah. I'm still confident that Drysdale can turn into a good player, but he ain't there yet. So, defense is pretty bad.
Well, we got the home opener on Saturday. You stoked, yo?
Oh, yeah, dude. I can't wait. I'm going to get to see Michkov in person. Get to see all those player intros.
You gonna blow him a little kiss?
I love the home opener. What?
You gonna blow him a little kiss?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was at the last game of the season. You're gonna be at the first home game of the season. Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun time. I think the crowd's gonna go wild for Michkov, obviously.
Yeah.
But the team in general, especially if they win in where they Canucks it's Kraken. They're at Seattle on Thursday. They come back here 2-1-1. People are going to be feeling good about this team.
Yeah.
Last night, dude, I was scrolling through Twitter, and, like, people that I didn't know gave a shit about the Flyers were all excited.
Yeah,
people are ready to, like, really get behind this team. I said this last night after Michkov's second goal. I was almost in tears, dude. I was sitting on the couch. I wasn't even drunk. Like, sometimes when I get drunk, I'm emotional. I said this last night in the group chat. Y'all probably seen it. I was like, damn, I'm about to cry after his second goal. People are ready to get behind this team like they haven't been in the last, 20 years, 25
At
years.
least, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that home opener is going to have some juice. We got the Canucks coming in. Then we got a back-to-back against Washington next week, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, home and home.
Yeah. So we could really make a statement here. I'm projecting pretty far out, a week out, as far in NHL time. But we beat Calgary, and hell, even if we lose to Calgary, we come home, or the Kraken. I keep saying Calgary.
Seattle.
And then we come home.
Dave Haxtell.
We sweep the Canucks in the season series. Then we got a couple games to begin Washington. We come out on top of both of those. People are going to be ready to really get behind this team, especially Embiid and Paul George are perpetually injured. The Phillies let us down. The Eagles are most well known right now for their head coach shaving his head and losing his mind. Like the Flyers, they could be the team.
They could. They're climbing up the vibe charts in the terms of the four big teams. Like they could be and because the expectations are low, so it's just like it's a.
Well, they're low for everyone but me. I'm saying playoffs.
I think they're still good to be tempered though, as the only one that no one's built up too much yet, which is good, which is why it's exciting to watch them be good when, there's not a whole lot of skin in the game. It's nice to have a team that you can watch carefree, but also can see them be good and grow and become a good team like that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I have high expectations of the team. The team itself doesn't seem to have that high expectations of the team. So if they don't do well, I'll say, hey, they didn't expect to do well. But if they do well, then I'll say, hey, I was right all along. I told y'all.
There you go.
I get the best of both worlds.
Covered, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably it about the Flyers, man. I'm excited. I'm flyered up, baby.
Flyered up, ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Baby.
Yeah, man.
What else we got? We got anything else? Do we want to talk about this Trump thing in Oaks?
Dude, that was so funny.
Yo, Oaks is just, where Oaks is? It's up near
Oaks?
Phoenixville. It's like 45 minutes out of Philly, 45 minutes.
Not that far.
It ain't far, but he said Philly's an egregious place, so he ain't coming back here.
Egregious place?
He'll
what
be
does that
back.
even mean?
He's going to be at Wawa, I think, this week or next week.
Trump, Wawa.
He's going to some McDonald's.
He said he was going to work because I guess there was a thing where Kamala Harris said that she had a job at McDonald's, and I guess maybe she didn't actually have a job at McDonald's.
I haven't looked into it, so I don't know.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Value.
And I guess he's kind of trying to pull some stunt where he's going
to go work at McDonald's.
He's going to go work at McDonald's for like an hour and be like, I've worked at McDonald's longer than Kamala Harris has worked at McDonald's.
That's actually pretty funny.
It's a pretty good move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll hand it to him there. But
he does love that shit, so go for it,
It would, it would just be funny if he just fucks something up and accidentally falls into the fryer like
burns his hair off.
Yeah,
burns his toupee. You mean
burns
that
the
ain't
whole
real
makeup
hair?
And everything off? You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn, imagine
I'm so ready for this bullshit.
I know.
I'm so sick of this fucking
I'm just
election.
kind of exhausted
it's
from all this shit.
Oh god, every day it just depresses me more and more.
Every day, it's someone talking about either abortion or the immigrants taking everyone's. Immigrants are taking everything. They're illegals are
and then on
eating
the other
your
side,
babies.
now it's
just
a Kamala Harris campaign is just Karl Rove thinks that we're cool, and Dick. We got Karl Rove.
I heard one of these
we got Mitt Romney. We got George Bush. We got
the Karl Rove thing. Speaking at one of her rallies is so fucking funny because, I mean, the biggest thing against Trump they just keep hammering is the whole January 6th thing and how he's tried to steal the election and stuff, and let's say that guy who actually did steal an election,
right?
Karl Rove, this Oompa Loompa looking motherfucker who stole the election from Al Gore. I don't know, man. I
mean, Trump's interview he had an interview this week where he was like, "Well, get out there and vote on January 5th." I mean, he's already getting ready for hold on, let me think about this real quick, just in case she hits a fan.
Yeah, well, his mind's fried, dude.
Yeah, he looks fucked.
It can't be good to be 78 and hitting the. I mean, he's campaigning hard. He's out there.
No, this Oaks thing was
the rally was
the perfect encapsulation of everything his campaign has been.
Yeah.
You got people getting carried out on gurneys, and they're like, "All right, sir, do you want to take any more questions?" It's let's get some really good ones up there. And I think they thought he meant questions. He meant his playlist.
Yeah.
So then his music...
Give me the aux cord.
Yeah.
Then
let's play some bangers real quick.
His music starts playing and he's just dancing on stage while people are getting carried out on stretchers.
Damn.
Dude, and I kept seeing little clips of this on Twitter and stuff, but then I realized that apparently this went on for 40 minutes.
39 minutes.
Oh god, for real? I only saw 5.
He was apparently just awkwardly swaying back and forth on stage and then just shouting out requests for 40 minutes.
Yep.
Oh, good lord, dude!
And then,
that's hilarious.
The people behind him is so funny because they're
people are starting to walk out and
they're
leave.
They're clearly just what the fuck's going on?
He played the YMCA. He played Ave Maria.
He loves the Village People, which is so funny.
Yeah, it was just an.
He loves the gayest band ever.
He said, "Let's hear the YMCA." And they were like, "All right, let's do it
people
up."
Back. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious, dude.
I'm ready for it to be over. Just end it, honestly.
Hey, just remember, Kamala's for they, them. Donald Trump is for you.
Yeah,
that ad, I've seen it so many
They're trying to make all the prisoners.
Dude.
Yeah,
being in a swing state sucks, man.
It's brutal.
It's the worst because other states aren't dealing with this shit.
Yeah, when we grew up living in Jersey, you didn't see half of this nonsense.
So it doesn't fucking matter. I just want to and it's I don't want to have to vote for somebody, but I feel like I kind of have to. I just want to be able to write in fucking the Hamburglar,
yeah,
and not have to sit through a million fucking stupid ads while I'm watching the game.
Well, the thing is too, I feel like in PA, most people know who they're voting for. We just have to sit through just getting.
Yeah, I mean, most people made up their mind.
3 months of
billions and millions of dollars into ads are just to try to sway 0.1% of people.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's basically,
but you can't avoid it no matter where you look or where you go. You're there's no way to avoid any of this shit. I'll get off the train at Ambler and I walk, I don't know, literally 5 blocks from the train station to where I work. And you would think that it's Battleground USA on this one block because there's every house has You know who everyone's voting for. One house has 8 signs for Harris. One sign has one giant ass toupee on a sign that says, "Didn't this make your day better? Vote for Trump." Like, there's just, it's ridiculous. People put, and mixed in with like Halloween decorations. Like, they are seasonal still with their shit. Some kid had a birthday, but then it's like, happy birthday, Billy. But they're like, vote for Trump. Kamala's a bitch. Like,
that red, white, and blue doesn't go with orange and black. Dude.
It is
what the hell?
Odd. It's just.
I would just never put.
Someone's got 4x4 posts. The sign's almost bigger than their house.
That's asinine.
It's just like...
Yeah, some people get crazy with the signs. And then, like, got people, like, stealing the signs or destroying the signs. Like,
people leaving dog poop by people that have different signs than you have signs. Like, it's just stupid. It's all... I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. It is very annoying. But I will miss some of the funny clips of Trump rallies just going completely wrong, dude. Like this one in Oaks. That was so goddamn funny when I seen
getting shot.
Yeah. Him apparently 3 attempted assassinations.
it feels like that was like 10 years ago.
I know.
That is wild. It was 3 months ago. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gets late early, folks.
Well,
shit, my Liberty won.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out my New York Liberty, dude. 1 game away from winning the WNBA Finals.
It's a best of 5?
Yeah. Yeah, it's best of 5. I thought it was best of 7. It's going to best of 7 next year.
Next year? Okay. Gotta
Damn.
get those ratings.
You're about to become a Lynx fan? We about to be rivals, dude.
No,
shout out
just
my
this
Liberty.
one time.
Damn.
I'm still waiting for that Philly team to come through.
Yeah, once we get a team in Philly, I'm jumping off the Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out my Liberty, and if anyone knows the WNBA that's listening, no, I didn't jump on the bandwagon this year. I jumped on it a year and a half ago, thank you.
Were they bad back then?
They weren't great. Last year, they were pretty good. They made it to the finals last year. But then this year, they were the best team in the league. But I've been about the Liberty since halfway through last year. Or from halfway through 2 years ago.
Oh, truth is revealed. I don't know.
Long time.
And that's a New York team, right?
Born and bred.
They're the one
fans.
New York team I will ever
you rooted for them a half a year ago, right around the time that the Sixers were playing the Knicks.
A year and a half ago. Get a grip.
I heard that slip up.
No, get a grip.
Yeah.
Then
there's that hockey league, too. The women's hockey league. That's like...
oh, for real? I got to start watching that now, too.
Yeah,
we need to get a team in Philly.
It was called the NWHL. I think it's called something else now. But
we got
similarly, like the closest team is New York. And they do have like a sick logo. They're called like the Riveters, I think. And they have like the Rosie the Riveter like logo.
I'm
about to start messing with them.
It's pretty cool. I haven't like kept up with that league in a while, but I was like, they'd be cool if Philly had, gotten into some of these women's leagues,
We'll get there.
Yeah, one day. When
the Sixers arena is built in like 8 years, if it's not, whatever. I won't say anything else about that. I'm tired of talking about that.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll just about... Did you have something to say? No. I'm fucking tired. Yeah, I think I'll just about do it for us here tonight, everybody. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Please leave us a 5-star rating and review or to get a podcast. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
See ya.
I'm gonna come.
I had to throw that in there at the end.